Wrong number, Vigilante Deku. Description: Izuku Midoriya is struggling from an abusive household. Not only that, but he is also the #1 vigilante in Japan named Castiel. So one day Izuku as Castiel got shot, and what else does someone do then to ask for help, right? But what if he, instead of sending the message to his friend Katsuki Bakugo, he sends it to a certain sleep-deprived and coffee-addicted underground hero? You heard right, he sent a message to Eraserhead. This is a MHA fan story and I have no idea where this is gonna go. Hope you enjoy. Please also feel free to correct my bad writing. Rights on the pictures go to the artist. I do not own MHA, rights to the owner. Chapter 1 Shot. What do I do? In a private chat. Castiel. Hey Kachan, you just had to jinx me today. Who is this? Castiel. Kachan, I am serious. You didn't had to lecture me on how dangerous it would be. Again, who is this? Castiel. Well, thanks to that, and yes, I am giving you the fault that I was actually shot. Shot? Who's it this? Castiel. Kachan, this is not funny anymore. Why were you shot? Castiel. Arg. Kachan, you have definitely the wrong number here. Castiel. Kachan, stop joking around and please just tell me how to treat a bullet wound. Sai, you really got shot? Castiel. That's what I've been writing you the whole time. Am I speaking another language or something? You have a first aid kit? Castiel. No, alcohol and some bandages? Castiel. Is vodka good enough? Sai, yes. Castiel. Okay. Well, what do I do? Is the bullet still in you? Castiel. Yes. Sigh, that makes it complicated. Can you get the bullet out? Castiel. I need to do it right, so yes I can. Get it out and use alcohol to disinfect it and bandage it, also apply some pressure on it while you do. The wound will need to be stitched probably. Castiel. That was not so hard, was it now, Kachan? Still, I am not whoever Kachan is and you got the wrong number. Castiel. Oh, wanna tell me what happened now? Castiel. Well, thank you, stranger. Castiel. No, you should go to a hospital to check it up. Castiel. Haha, joke's on you. I wouldn't be asking for help if I had the opportunity to go to a hospital. Time skip brought to you by a hissing in pain Izuku that just poured alcohol over the wound before stitching himself up. Castiel. Just wanted to thank you again for helping me get the bullet out and treating the wound. No problem, but still go get it checked up. Castiel. Not gonna happen. I don't have a death wish. Death wish? Castiel. Oh right, a person born with a quirk wouldn't understand it either ways. Try me. Castiel. So you have a weak quirk or a quirk that is called evil. Still not as dangerous as being quirkless. I know that the mortality rate for quirkless people is very low, which means that you are still a kid. Castiel. Ding ding ding. You got that right, and if you know that, that can only mean that you are a hero who cares. Correct. Castiel. Well, that means I should stop writing because you will have the chance of backtracking my phone, so bye hero. Castiel went offline. Izuku Pav. Arg. Just my luck after being shot and losing so much blood to not being even able to even put Kachan's number into my phone. Like, what did you even think? Maybe that it would be safer to not save my friend's phone number, because if I lose my phone and they figure it out, he will be trouble. Yeah, that must be it. Still, there needs to be a way that I can save his phone number for emergencies like this one. Who is this even? At least I figured out he is a hero. But a hero with an so valid evil quirk? Wait, there is only one hero that I know of and he is after me. Shit, this was Eraserhead. Ah, I could literally scream if it was not for all the people around me that will certainly wake up by a kid's scream. Relax Izuku. I got this. Oh my gosh, I just contacted a hero because of my dumb luck. Shit, what do I do now? I'ma save his number. He is a hero after all. I might need some help sometimes. How late is it even? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Kachan will kill me for not texting him. God damn forsaken luck I have today. Just like that I began running and jumping from roof to roof until I finally was at my hideout. It was not much, but it was still a nice place. I was staying in an abandoned warehouse not far away from Dagoba Beach. The ocean calms me down and I like going out to the beach using it as a training ground as well as collecting some stuffs for the vigilante gear I make. Once I arrived home I made sure to text Kachan that I was fine and this time I made sure that I got the right number. Chapter 2. A brother and friend for life. I spent the whole night in my hideout not even thinking about what would happen to me if I wouldn't come home that day. It was already late anyways and I got shot, so there was no way I would return to that hellhole again. My mom was a little bit special. It was not that I didn't love her, but she had some serious problems after my dad just vanished. All he said was he is going out to get milk after hearing that I was quirkless and never came back. Thanks to that bastard I was living one of the worst lives I could. So, after that dumb bastard left us, my mom started drinking in order to forget her life completely. With 4 I had my first lesson of never disobeying her when she was drunk. That time I didn't know why she acted that way and thought she hated me, but in reality, her personality changes every time she is drunk. If she is sober, which is a very rare occasion, she would be the sweet mom I remember and care for me. She was the best mom there is. I loved her for accepting me and not throwing me out. Once she was really sober and back to being herself, she would make me something to eat and talk to me. We would spend the entire day just talking together. However, I knew that it pained her to know that Hisashi, my dad, left us because of me. She loved him and that was clearly visible by all the pictures I found from them. They were her treasures. Alcohol was her way of escaping the reality she lived in and the past she couldn't simply forget. I couldn't blame her for that at all. I woke up early in the morning and immediately changed into my school uniform. I was still a 13-year-old student after all. There was no need to get home and get probably scolded and beaten if she was drunk, or only scolded if she was sober. More importantly, I didn't want another wound, not after the bullet wound. I already had hurt like a bitch. Naturally I felt dizzy because of all the blood I lost, and since I didn't eat anything in like 2 weeks, there was no way I would feel any better at all. On top of that, I also haven't slept much, which explains my sluggishness and sleepiness. On the way to school, I met Bakugo. It was our routine. We would always meet up no matter what, and if I don't show up, I need to at least text him to let him know I was still alive. He was the only person that didn't care at all that I was quirkless. Not only that, but he also protects me in school from the others. We were like brothers. Kachan. Oi, you look like shit. Me. I not only look like it, I feel like that too. Ah, and sorry Kachan, I'm late. Kachan. I don't care about that, you nerd. Me. Why are you angry then? He quickly took out a small box from his bag and forced it into my hands. Me. What's that? Kachan. Open it. I did as I was told and I found 2 sandwiches in it. Kachan. You didn't have any breakfast, did you? Me. You are the best, Kachan. I accepted the food and enjoyed it. Just by the taste of it I could tell that it was something Bakugo made. His cooking skills were something else. Me. Oh my nom nom good. Kachan. You idiot. Just eat it and don't talk. It only took me 15 minutes to finish the sandwiches and lick my fingers because it was so good. We still had another 15 minutes of walk until we get to our school. Kachan. Did something happen yesterday? Me. No, nothing special. Now this was a lie and I was really bad, like really bad at lying. How should I put this? I would avoid eye contact the moment I start or try lying. So it was clear that I was lying. Kachan. Izu. Me. Fine, I ran into some complications. Kachan. What kind of complications? Me. First Indiho. Kachan. Oh, that flammable bastard. Did he get you? Me. Thankfully no. Kachan. I can smell a fucking butt. Me. Well, after that I somehow ended into a gang fight and got shot. Kachan. You freaking what? Me. As if that was not enough, instead of contacting you, I texted a hero for help. Kachan. Oh Izu. Contacting a hero might have been the best what you ever did, but who did you contact and how did you get a hold of a hero's number? Me. I completely mistyped yours. Kachan. You are a fucking Deku. Me. I know, and my luck is shit. Kachan. So who is it? Me. Eraserhead. Kachan. That hero that is after your head? Me. Him. Kachan. Peef ha 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 ha. Me. That's not funny like at all. Kachan. It is. Me. No. Kachan, please. Kachan. Fine, but your luck really is shit. So, did you end up going home or? Me. No, and I don't even want to know what will happen if I return back home. Kachan. The old hag said your mom was drinking again yesterday while you were not there. Me. Oh great, more beatings, more bruises and more wounds. Kachan. You know you can stay with us. Our door is always open for you. Me. Nah, someone needs to at least take care of my mom. I still love her and she needs me. You know that too. Kachan. I know. You are just too pure and perfect for this world. Me. Oh shit, we will be late. Let's hurry, I really don't want to get scolded and told to go into the corner again. After that we sprinted to school as fast as my wounds were letting me go. Bakugo was adjusting his pace to be able to run beside me and keep a watch on me. I could tell that he was worried for me. Chapter 3 School Visit. Aizawa, Pav. I hated this idea. Who came even up with something stupid as this? Like, why do we have to? I'm an underground hero too. It's not like someone will recognize me. Do I want people to know about me? Sigh, I could have just laid in my bed and enjoyed the day with a jar of coffee too. This was my day off, you freaking rat Satan. I was currently in the backseat of a car trying to sleep while Mike and Midnight were screaming to a song and driving to a school Nezu wants us to visit. That rat Satan came to the idea to make us UA staff visit all the schools around UA, just give the kids a better understanding of what a hero is after I expelled my whole class last year. It was not that I thought that it was a bad idea. People these days only want to be a hero for the fame and the money. Disgusting to say the least. Naturally I came up with a test that lets me see their quirks and how well they do with it, as well as their character and true motivation behind wanting to be a hero. Mike. Show we are here. Me. Sigh, do I need to go? Can't I just stay here? Mike. Nope. Midnight. Oh, come on you sleepy caterpillar. We are already late thanks to you. Now out. Me. Sigh. I did as both of them said and got out with them. This was one annoying job that Nezu made us do. The last couple of schools I visits had only brats and wannabe rich people. If I see one of them participate in the entrance exam, I'm going to vote against them immediately. Thinking about it, this might also have been what Nezu was going for. Eliminating candidates before they even try to go to school. A smart move but annoying to say the least. Mike. This is the class. It didn't take us long to find the class we were supposed to visit. The school wasn't that big after all. Midnight. Show, please don't use your quirk to make them shut up. Me. Why? Midnight. You're not serious right now? Me. They are all annoying and bratty. It's not like I scream at them. Mike. Show, how many times do I need to tell you? Your quirk is scaring them. Midnight. Agree. They are still kids after all. Me. No promises. Mike. Well, let's go in. So went inside the classroom, and the moment I saw the kids looking at me, I knew that I hated them all. However, as I was looking around, there were two kids that didn't pay any attention to us. One was laying face first on his desk and just looking outside the window. He had some green hair that could only be described as wild. The other one, a blonde spiky-haired kid, was looking at us but permanently glancing over to his friend, I assumed. He looked worried for him. OMG, that's Mike. Mike. Hello little listeners. Midnight is here too. Midnight. Oh hello darling. But who's that hobo? Me. I'm Pro Hero Eraserhead, kid. Don't call me a hobo again. Yeah, no way is he a hero. Mike. Oh, but my friend here is one. He is what we call an underground hero. What is an underground hero? Fucking be quiet you damn extras. The spiky-haired boy screamed into the room and used his quirk to make some small explosions in his hand to silence the whole room. I didn't like his temper, but I also hated where the whole conversation was going, so I'll ignore it for now. Mike. You see, an underground hero is a hero that works in the night to make sure we are safe even in that time. Oh, after that we briefly introduced ourselves formally and told what we do. All the while I was having one eye at the kid that was still spacing out. Once we did that, we were free to interact with the class for the whole day. Though I until now always went straight to the car and waited to Zashi and Nem to come out. This time was different. While Mike and Midnight began interacting and being busy answering all kind of questions, I went over to that green-haired kid. The closer I came to him, the more I realized how pale he looked like. "Me, kid, what's your name?" I was standing beside him and he didn't even react to my question. I went ahead and tapped him too, but nothing. "Fuck if, he isn't worth your time." I heard someone scream from behind me. "Me, what's your name and what's his? Why do you care?" The teacher saw this and immediately came to us. "Teacher, this is Katsuki Bakugo and the boy laying on the table is called Izuku Midoriya." Bakugo. You damn hag. You didn't need to tell him that. Teacher. Mind your language. Bakugo. The fuck I will. Teacher. I am sorry for his foul language. That's just the way the kid is. She then looked at him and sent him to the bathroom to wash his face and calm down because he looked like he was about to rip someone's head if one of us dared to even talk to his friend. Once he went out of the room, I watched the teacher apologize one more time before leaving me alone. This was the moment I went in front of Midoriya's desk and crouched down looking at him. His eyes were dilated and he was also sweaty. "Me, Midoriya?" No response. I went ahead and shook his hand that he was laying on. This was finally the moment he responded and looked at me. He didn't look good to me and just from touching his hands I could tell that he had a fever. "Me, kid, you okay?" Midoriya. "Ah yeah. Sorry for spacing out, sir." "Me. You have a fever, kid. Where is the infirmary of this school? I'll escort you there." Midoriya. "There is no need for that." His eyes went wide the moment I mentioned the infirmary and a red flag popped up in my mind. Why should a kid be so scared of the infirmary? This made no sense to me if not. "Me. What's your quirk, kid?" This time he just blinked at me as if I was speaking some kind of alien language. It took him a while until he looked down and answered my question. Though I must say I never have imagined him saying that. "Midoriya. I am quirkless, sir." Now I knew why the class was reacting this way to him and why the other kid was rude but still caring. It was all an act and it was obvious to me. However, something must have been done because he was breathing very heavily by now. Something was wrong and I was not the only one that saw that. My husband Mike came over to us. "Mike. Oh show, who is this little listener?" "Me. Izuku Midoriya." "Mike. You look pale, little listener. Are you okay?" Midoriya. "Yes. I appreciate your concern but I'm fine." "Me. Don't lie." I then faced my husband and told him he had a fever. What happened next left us all speechless. I knew by the look in his eyes that he had lived though much and was simply done with life. Still never did I imagine some having the audacity to do something like this. Chapter 4. What now? I was getting annoyed by Eraserhead. This guy simply didn't stop letting me be by alone. I got shot and I knew I was running a high fever and now I got a pro in front of me who when he gets me into his hands will find the bullet wound and question will be asked. There was nothing more I would have loved than to avoid these questions. He was leaning towards me very closely and I took that very opportunity to jump out of my seat onto the desk and then made a flip and grabbed his scarf, stealing it from him before dashing out of the room towards the next bathroom. Shit. Izuku fucking Midoriya, what did you think about this? Nothing? Why? Why the fuck did I need to do this? I am freaking quirkless and I just stole his capture gear and locked myself into the boys' bathroom. Great work. Why not just scream at them my vigilante name? Hey look here. I am a freaking vigilante and my name is Castiel. Yeah, I could have just done that instead of barricading myself. I am so stupid. What now? I began looking around and the only way out of the room was the window. The door was kinda locked with the help of Eraserhead's scarf. I did my best to make it so that the handle couldn't be moved down and the door wouldn't open. After that I looked at the window and thought why not? This was a good way to die either way. However, before I even started sprinting towards it, I could hear someone trying to get the door open. Eraserhead. Kid, open the door. Mike. Little listener, please open the door. As if. The moment I heard their voices, I went to the door and started sprinting towards the window before yeeting myself out of the room while also breaking it. The moment I was into a free fall from the first storage, I felt very lightheaded. My fever was doing what it wanted, not even asking me if this was the best thing or not. However, as I was now falling to the ground, I quickly felt a pair of arms around me pulling me into a hug before we hit the ground. I didn't know what was happening. At some point I closed my eyes and accepted my death. It was a question of time until I was doing something like this or get killed by some villains. Once I opened my eyes, I saw I was in the arms of Eraserhead. We both were sitting on the ground and he still had me in his arms, making sure not to let me go. However, all I could do was simply breathe very heavily. All the blood loss was getting to me and my fever was also not doing me any favor at all. Eraserhead. Midoriya? I looked up at him. Me, yes? Eraserhead. You know what? I'm bringing you to a hospital right now. Just like that he picked me up. I would have loved nothing more as to fight him and get away from him, but I knew I was way too weak for that. Mike. Show. Hearing Mike's voice, I looked up only to see the hero leaning carefully against the window with Eraserhead's scarf in his hand. Eraserhead. Zashi, I'll send you my location. Mike. Got it. After that short conversation between them, I looked down at my hands as he was carrying me bridal style out of the building and put me into a car. Me. A hospital won't be necessary. I was now in the car and didn't wanted any help as usually. The risk of being found out was simply too high. Eraserhead. You can't even stand properly and you are shaking like a leaf. Not even letting me say anything anymore, he started the engine and we drove to the hospital. However, the moment we arrived, we were immediately met with a hostage situation where we also were the hostage. There was apparently an undetected villain there and had a gun in his hand. That's just my luck. How high are the chances that you get shot, meet some pros and then get into a villain hostage situation? Apparently very high if your name is Izuku, Midoriya or Castiel. Wait, this is it. If I can get shot, then he won't be able to question me about the bullet wound anymore, right? Me and Eraserhead were on the ground sitting like everyone else until I stood up. The problem was that the moment I decided I would sacrifice myself in order to get some chaos and Eraserhead to be able to get the others out safely, a little girl jumped up and started running towards the exit. She was crying and scared like every other civilian in the room. Me being a vigilante and I immediately dashed for the girl and tacked her to the ground. The moment I did that, a pung could be heard and I felt the bullet going through my skin. I didn't scream nor react much to the pain, but I knew it was the same point where the other bullet hit me from the front. Only this time the bullet hit me from the back, and by the little girl's scream I knew that it either grazed her or hit her too. Shortly after that I heard some fighting noise while I began calming the little girl down, and then people all around me applauding and the police coming in very short afterwards. After all that chaos I felt a hand on my shoulder and looked up only to see Eraserhead. He looked somewhat proud of me but also very scared and concerned. The girl also looked up at him. Eraserhead. Midoriya, how are you feeling? Me, fine. A total lie, but I couldn't help it. The girl was in my hand and I just called her down. Now I was wondering where her mother or father or someone from her family was. Me. More importantly, can you find out with whom this girl is here? A nurse was at Eraserhead's side looking at me and the girl. Nurse. She is a patient here and she would have been released by tomorrow, but now we will need to look at the wound you both got. Just like that the nurse took the kid from my hands and Eraserhead helped me up. However, since I already lost so much blood, I was shaky on my knees and everything was spinning. Me, finally. Eraserhead. Kid? He looked at me with a shocked face. I didn't care, however, and just welcomed the darkness and felt co-conscious. Eraserhead. Midoriya. I could still hear him because I was still not out completely, but that quickly changed. Eraserhead. K up. Id. Han. He. Chapter 5. I need to get out. I woke up in a hospital room. The smell of antiseptics and the bright light were clearly giving my position away. I didn't even had to think about where I am or what happened to know I was in a hospital. Then again, thinking about it, I had a bullet wound and I was shot twice this week. What a good week, and the worst part, this week wasn't even over yet. Did I really end up in a hospital? Like for real? I face-palmed myself mentally for knowing how stupid I was to just go ahead and steal Eraserhead's scarf and try to escape by jumping out of the boys' bathroom window. Not to mention that I was injured and had a fever too. I could hear Present Mike and Eraserhead talking to each others. Not wanting to interrupt them, I pretended to be asleep for a little while longer. Eraserhead, sigh. Present Mike. I can't believe he took your scarf. Eraserhead. Me neither. Present Mike. Like, did you see him just jump over you and grab it? Eraserhead. Sigh. Zashi. I love you, but you are being stupid right now. Present Mike. Aw, come on, I never saw someone do that or even getting close to do that, and this little listener just stole it and bolted out of the room. Eraserhead. Please don't remind me about it. Present Mike. I mean, if they didn't told us he is quirkless, I would for sure say he used his quirk on me. Eraserhead. Tried to erase it just in case, but no, he is quirkless. Huh? Wait, you tried erasing my quirk? What quirk did you even thought I have? Speed? Maybe a delay quirk? Intelligence? I am honestly curious to know what you thought I had. Still, it probably was a bad idea stealing his scarf. Why did I even do that? I don't know, and I think I don't want to know. I am so stupid. Like, why couldn't I just stand up and leave the room? Nah, I had to steal his scarf and bolt out just to lock myself into the boys' bathroom to jump out of a window. Yeah, not the best idea I had. The moment I could hear the door opening, I decided to show them that I was awake and opened my eyes. A nurse stepped into the room. Neither of the heroes saw that I was awake, they were too focused on the nurse's words. Nurse. Sorry if I am interrupting, but we need some informations about him and we would appreciate everything you know. Ha, good luck. You only know my name. Nurse. We did look the name up you gave us and found an emergency number, but the person is not picking up. I could only blink at what she just said. I looked at my supposedly savior that stopped me from probably killing myself from my stupidest and jump out of a window in the condition I was, and saw that he too was in shock. You informed my mom. You seriously tried to inform her? Shit, I am in so much trouble now. I need to get out of here and go back home as fast as I can. I sure will get punished. Damn it, this week couldn't get worse. I looked at the two men in my room. Both of them didn't realize that I was awake and looking straight at them. This was one opportunity I couldn't miss. The nurse went to them to give them a paper in order to get some information, or even their information, who knows at this point. If that is not one heck of an opportunity, then I don't know what is. Meanwhile, I stood up from the bed and focused all my energy to erase my presence. I then made my way to the door and opened it. To my surprise, no one stopped me from exiting the room. I wasn't stupid to go the same way. I could see a lot of people, so I went the opposite way. After I was nearly at the end of the hallway, I could hear someone shouting my name. Upon hearing my name, I froze and looked back. Eraserhead. Midoriya. I saw him standing in front of the room I exited. He looked worried. Not knowing how to face him or deal with the situation, I did the only thing I could do best. Running away. The corner was so close to me too. Nah, I am not standing here. Heck no. Who knows if you even know that I am Castiel. I can't risk going to jail. I saw him stepping a few steps toward me and I backed away. Then I turned around and sprinted, running through the corridors until I found a fire escape. The heroes were tailing me. However, they had a distance to catch up to. From all the training I had being a vigilante, I knew damn well how to run and not be caught. I jumped down half the stairs while I made an exit, and once I got to the ground floor, I ran out of the hospital. They were close behind. Present Mike. Stop that greenette. The voice hero was shouting in vain, as no one really paid any attention. I ran into a street where I could hear a lot of people. This would be the perfect chance for me to lose them. That's how I ran into the crowd. Stealing someone's hat here. A jack there from another one that didn't pay much attention as he had it over his shoulder. I even stole a backpack from some sort of student. Now I have a disguise. Good luck finding me in the crowd now. I stopped running and was now casually walking to fit in with the other people around me. After 10 minutes, I saw Eraserhead and Present Mike running past me. That's when I decided to turn into the next alley and use the sewage system to escape. I opened the lid, climbed down a couple of stairs and began close the lid again before jumping down and making my way back home. I am sorry, but I can risk being taken away from the streets. I have a duty as Castiel and I can't just risk you putting me into a jail or behind bars. The sewage system was one of many ways I loves to use to stay under radar and escape from anyone. It was not the best way for sure, but one of the safest ways. I also knew my ways around in and out. I knew the whole system, that is only telling how much I used them. A quirkless vigilante needed to have a way to disappear too, right? Chapter 6. Luck is not on my side. In a private chat, Castiel. Hey, Kachan. Can you tell me what due to with third-degree burns? Eraserhead. Kid, you go the wrong number again. Castiel. Oh, well, Eraserhead-sama, can you please tell me what to do? Eraserhead. Why are you even still awake? Castiel. What do you mean? I am a night owl. Eraserhead. And the bullet wound? Castiel. Got healed. Eraserhead. You want to tell me how you got like third-degree burns? Castiel. You want to tell me what to do? Eraserhead. Get to a hospital, kid. Castiel. Not happening. Eraserhead. Sigh, problem child. Castiel. No. Eraserhead. Take off any tight clothing you have around the burned area. Burns can swell quickly. Hold burned skin under cool, not cold, running water or immerse in cool water until the pain subsides. Cover with sterile, non-adhesive bandage or clean cloth. Do not apply butter, oil, lotions or creams. Apply a petroleum-based ointment 2 to 3 times per day. Castiel. Sounds not possible. Is there any other thing I can do? Eraserhead. What the heck, kid? Castiel. Well, I am currently out being chased by a flaming trash can, so yeah, not possible. Eraserhead. You a thief, a villain or a vigilante? Castiel. One of the above. Eraserhead. And Endeavor is running after you? Castiel. Yep. Eraserhead. Where are you? Castiel. In town. Eraserhead. Kid, if he gets you he will try to kill you. Castiel. I know. He already burned my whole fucking back. Eraserhead. Sai, tell me where you are. Castiel. Why? So that I can have another pro at my neck? No thank you. Eraserhead. Kid. ... Eraserhead. I wouldn't let Endeavor kill you. Now tell me where you are. ... Eraserhead. Sai, problem child. Don't make me search for you. Eraserhead. I'll find you. In another private chat, Castiel. Kachan? Kachan. What? Castiel. Endaho is after me. I can't shake him off. You got an idea? Kachan. Jump of a freaking bridge like last time. Castiel. There is none around. Kachan. Wait, did he get you? Castiel. Yep. Kachan. How bad? Castiel. Burned my complete back. Kachan. And you just got healed today too. Great. I'm killing this bitch if I ever have the opportunity to do that. Castiel. Don't you dare murder anyone for me. Kachan. No promises. Castiel. Now do you have a better plan than just running around with my phone in my hand and dodging his fireballs? Kachan. I don't even get how you are fucking doing that. Castiel. Training. Kachan. WTF Deku. Castiel. Kachan. I need to get out of here. Kachan. Where are you? Castiel. Abandoned part of the city, of course. Kachan. I don't know, can't you just hide in an abandoned building and get into the sewage system or something? Castiel. There is no hatch for me to get down there. Kachan. I am calling a fucking hero. Castiel. Don't you dare snitch me. Kachan. Fine. You are better coming to my place after you escaped that pyromaniac. Castiel. Got it. Izuku's Pav. While I was running away and dodging every single one of his fireballs, I also somehow managed to mess the phone numbers up again. Since it was only Eraserhead, I was sure that there wouldn't be so much harm if not for the fact that all of the sudden, I could see a shadow following us, or more like me, form the roof. I didn't need to look up to know who this was. The shadow had a scarf around his neck and floating hair. This was the symbol of Eraserhead. Oh great. Today is the day they get me. My back was badly injured and I could feel blood running down my leg while I was running. The burns were bad, but since I also fell down on my back after that trash hit me, I also managed to scrap and injure the skin even more. That was just my good damn luck. I was currently running into an alley and all of a sudden I could see some bits and pieces of a cloth that was thrown towards me. My reflexes were not as sharp thanks to all the pain, blood loss and exhaustion. However, I still managed to dodge it and continue running around, or so I thought, if not for the fact that I was junked backwards. Me. Arg. The scarf was really tight around my torso and it only hurt, not to mention that thanks to the pull I lost balance and fell backwards. Eraserhead. I already told you not to make me search for you. Me. And you think I would have trusted the words of a pro? Eraserhead. You're coming with me, kid. Me. Oh really? I still had a knife in my pocket. It was sharp and I was about to cut myself loose if not for Endeavor to come over to me and stomp on my hand that was holding the small throwing knife. Endeavor. Nice try, villain. Me. Vigilante. Endeavor. Same thing. Eraserhead. I'll deal with him. Endeavor. No need for that. I'll have an unfinished business with him. Eraserhead. I don't need to remind you that he is caught up in my capture gear and that you tried to kill a kid. Villain or not, this is still against the law. Not long after he said that a couple of sirens could be heard. Me. You informed the cops? Endeavor. This is not over. Just like that I saw Endeavor go his way, leaving me with Eraserhead and a couple of cops. Needless to say that they arrested me and got me into an interrogation room. Too bad that they left me alone in the room. Never underestimate a quirkless vigilante. Chapter 7. Peace out. I was obediently walking into the police station and into the interrogation. However, once I was in there, Eraserhead and the detective still were not here. It was a police officer with a cat head who brought me in. He also told me that both of them would be joining me soon. Soon was, however, too late. Once I was alone, I made sure to take out the lockpick needle I had inbuilt into my costume around the edge of my sleeves. My past self was thinking of such things, and so it was an easy task to get out of the quirk suppression cuffs they gave me. Once I was out of them, I quickly went to the door and listened for a while. It didn't sound as if there was a police officer standing guard. Knowing that, I went out of the room and into the next room that was close to me. Thankfully it was empty. Me. Sigh, this really hurts. My back was killing me. The pain was really something else. After making sure that I was alone in the room, I went to desk and moved it towards the door, making sure that they couldn't open the door that easy. Me. Done. There was only one escape route that was safe, and it was the window. Knowing that, I went towards it and opened it and just jumped out without thinking twice. This was how I escaped a police station. Me. This was way too easy. After I did that, I texted Kachan that I was on my way and vanished into the darkness of the night. Aizawa's POV. Me. Sigh. Sukachi. What's with you? Me. That kid made me search for him. Sukachi. Sounds like you know him. Me. No. Sukachi. Me. He texted me. Sukachi. Wait, you mean to tell me you got Castiel's number? Me. Castiel? Sukachi. Yes, that's the vigilante name. Until now we didn't even know if it is a male or a female, not even their age. Me. It's a boy around 13-year-old as far as I could tell. Sukachi. How did he even get your number? Me. He managed to confuse someone else's number with mine. Sukachi. Ha ha ha, that's something that only could happen to you. Me. Sigh. Sukachi. Should we go back to the interrogation room? I am sure Castiel is already waiting for us. Me. Yeah, recovery girl will be coming in later to check his wounds. Sukachi. Fine by me. As we began walking back to the interrogation room, Tamakawa ran towards us. It was a guy with a cat head. He looked freaked out. Sukachi. Sanzo, what's up? Tamakawa. Castiel escaped. Sukachi. What? How did he even manage to get out of a police station filled with officers? Someone must have seen him. Tamakawa. No one did, sir. Me. Check the security cameras. Sukachi. Good idea. We began heading to his office only to find out that we couldn't open the door. Me. Looks like this is how he escaped. Tsukachi. Sai Sanza, get us some coffee. Me. Make it 2 for me. It took us a while to break open the door and get in. Once we were inside, we found an open window and nothing was missing at all. Upon looking through the security camera, we both were left speechless. The kid just managed to get rid of the cuffs and walked out of the room as if nothing was wrong. Not only that, but he went into a detective's office and just blocked the door with a desk and yeeted himself out of the window. Tsukachi. Who the heck is this kid? Me. Just a goddamn vigilante. Can you make a copy of the security footage? Tsukachi. Yes, but why? Me. I am getting Nezu on his case. Tsukachi. Nezu? Me. Yes. You saw him. Tricking him into getting in a trap or arresting him won't be easy. Tsukachi. How is he even able to move with all the injuries he has? Me. I would like to know that too. Tsukachi. Sigh, now I get why you are sighing so much. Time skip brought to you by Izuku getting patched up at 3 a.m. by Bakugo and hissing at him for disinfecting the wounds. It was already morning of the next day and I was on my way to Nezu's office. Last night I spent the entire night searching for the kid until it was already morning. I knew by looking at the footage that he was a lot cleverer than most other vigilantes out there. Needless to say that I was sure that Nezu would love to have a little challenge as well. Not only that, but I also still had my hands full with the other problem child, Izuku Midoriya. Knock knock knock. Nezu. Come in. I went inside and didn't even greeted the rat. Instead I only placed the USB drive on his table. Me. Watch it. Nezu. Oh, what might this be? Me. Tsukachi has a new case. He is after a vigilante named Castiel. Nezu. Castiel. I watched his expression as his eyes began sparkling and he began smiling from ear to ear. Nezu. How very intriguing. Me. As you can see, the kid managed to escape with third-degree burns all over his back. Nezu. What do you know about him? Me. Personally? Nezu. I'll take everything you have. Me. A boy around 13 years old, quirkless, and I have his personal number. Nezu. Did you try tracking it? Me. Tsukachi did that already, but it's no use. Nezu. How very intriguing. A quirkless kid making you so much trouble. Me. It's not my case. I have another problem child to take care of. Nezu. Another? Me. Sai, you made us go to various school and there is this kid that has really potential. I want to get him into UA. Nezu. Is he not interested? Me. I don't know yet. Nezu. Didn't you ask them? Me. He ran away and managed to escape me and Zashi. Nezu. Oh, I already heard about that story. Very impressive skills indeed. Me. Yes. He is agile, fast and has good reflexes as well as a quick thinker. Nezu. Good luck recruiting him, and if you meet him again please tell him, I would like to meet with him. Me. Sigh. Just like that I went out of his room. However, I had the feeling that he knew something that I didn't and that he wasn't telling me on purpose. Oh, how I hated the rat Satan of UA. Chapter 8. No Escape. Kachan. Izu, wake up. Me. Just a little longer. Kachan. You and your goddamn sleepy ass. Me. Him. Kachan. Fucking Deku. Wake up. I spent the night over with Kachan and didn't even bother to go home at all. After he bandaged up my wounds I kinda fell asleep on his bed. I was so tired and didn't cared much about the world. Needless to say by my reaction that I was still sleepy as hell. However, Kachan understood that and tried to slightly and carefully shake me up. It took him around 5 minutes to get me out of the bed. Me. It's morning already? It took me quite some time to realize that it was around 7 a.m. already. Knowing this, I jumped out of the bed and looked at Kachan in horror. Shit, Mom. If she finds out that I wasn't home at all, then I'll in trouble. And I mean dead with trouble. She'll kill me for sure. Yesterday, after just bolting out of the hospital, I went back home and saw that she wasn't home, so I deleted every single phone call on her phone which was just laying around. It was not the first time she forgot her phone on the table, and I could only speak of luck to even have found it and deleted all the missed calls as well as blocked the number completely. After that I went out as Castiel. Kachan. Chill, your old hag didn't return home since yesterday. Me. Really? Kachan. Yes, my own hag came up to get us down. Me. Us? Kachan. I told her you were coming over very late. Me. Does she know? Kachan. Castiel? Me. Yeah? Kachan. Fuck no. Me. Relieved exhale. Kachan. Anyways, let me treat your wound again and get the fuck down. Breakfast is ready and we also need to freaking go to school. Once I heard that my mother still wasn't home, I started relaxing and let Kachan tend to my burned on my back before we went down for breakfast. It was rather short, but it was good. Since I haven't really had much to eat, I was gulping everything down I could get, and Bakugo also gave me a little bit from his own serving too. Since I woke up very late, we needed to hurry and go to school. Time skip brought to you by Izuku trying to play tag with Kachan, who runs after the green bean and tries to stop him worriedly. Me. You are no fun, Kachan. Kachan. You freaking hurt, you idiot. Me. It hurts, but that doesn't stop me. Kachan. You damn Deku. Me. Well, Dandelion, welcome to my world full of pain and madness. Kachan. You officially lost it. Me. Aw, I love you too. Just like that we both went to school. However, the moment I entered the school and the first lesson started, I was immediately called to the principal's office. Me. Sigh. Kachan, whispering. What did you do? Me. Whispering. What didn't I do? Kachan, whispering. Huh? Me. Whispering. Curriculus, remember? That's reason enough. Kachan. The fuck? I stood up and was about to head out if not for Bakugo to jump out of his seat and start screaming. Kachan. The fuck, Deku? Me. Sorry. I began bowing apologetically to him. It now looked like I did or touched him and started apologizing. Though the reality was that he still didn't like me accepting the fact that I was quirkless and that it was a good reason for anything. It didn't take me long to get out of the room and get to the principal's room. Through the whole time I was hissing while walking. At this point I was sure I loved pain and there was nothing better than that. Earlier I didn't feel it that much, but now oh boy, it was killing me. The painkiller I took in the morning were starting to wear off. Damn trash. Burning me after I saved his trash of an ass. Like what the hell, dude? I saved you and you just go throwing fireballs at me. I shouldn't have warned you about the attack that would have for sure killed you from behind. Not long after I exited my class, one arrived at the principal's office. I knocked and I could hear out "Dear Principal" that hated me tell me to enter. Me. Morning. I didn't know why I ignored the pro sitting there across of the principal and just went towards the man that called me and bowed. Principal. He is now all yours. Me. Before I knew what was happening, the principal went out of the room leaving me with a pro alone, and it was at that moment I realized he was there. Me. Sorry, but since when were you there? Eraserhead. Since the beginning. Me. Huh, really? Eraserhead. You okay, kid? Me. Yes. Eraserhead. You sure? You look paler than yesterday. Me. Ah yeah. He stood up from the seat and began to walk over to me while I started backing away until I hit the wall and a hiss escaped my mouth. Eraserhead. Turn around. Me. No. Eraserhead. Kid. Me. You have no right to force me to do anything. Eraserhead. I am a pro and my job is to make sure that criticizers of this state are all right. You clearly are not. Me. Still no. I pass on that one. Eraserhead. Then wanna explain me why you had 2 bullet wounds? Me. I had? I was at a dead end and cornered by a hero. Now how do I tell him to let me go, for goodness sake? If he was to question me longer than this, I was sure he would find out who I was. However, all of a sudden the fire alarm went off. Thank God, Kachan. It was an old trick we both came up. If I was loner than 10 minutes away from the classroom, he would use his quirk in the class to show off near a fire sensor and make it go off. No one could say anything about a kid losing his control if he was angry, especially not if anger was basically part of the quirk. As I thought I was safe, I went towards the door to get out but was nicely wrapped in Eraserhead's capture scarf. Me. I couldn't help but let go of a painful scream as the scarf was weighted tight around me. Not only did he do that, but he also pushed me to the ground and started to unwrap the scarf while making sure I was on the ground face first, kissing it and had no chances to escape. Welp, shit. Now he knew.